You gonna drill the holes and I'll put the things in?
I reckon. I need.
In case anybody's wondering, we're making brood box frames, and we're having to put these little things in here, brass things, because we have to wire them, and it just kind of keeps the wire from digging into the wood. So we have some swarms that we caught that we need to bring home, so we're having to build all the stuff for them.
This is all part of the free honey. People say they want to get free honey. Yeah, this is all part of that free honey.
All the supplies you have to buy is really expensive. So you have to recoup what you spend by selling honey.
We bought the top and bottom bars just because we're in a hurry. Normally I make them myself. I used up what I had, and now I need them. I need them like now, so can't be waiting.
Yep, we're on a time crunch.
You grab me another stack of them that ain't got holes in them. How many boxes you want to make today?
I need probably 3, if possible. If we run out of time, I can reuse one that's not the best. I didn't know you was using that.
Sorry about that.
It's probably gonna have all my sniffles. Sorry. We're getting over cold, our allergies.
I'm trying to anyway.
Right.
Whatever they dumped out this year is a lot stronger than that last year.
Right. I wonder why this takes so long. This is how tiny these little pieces are that we're putting in the little frame thing.
You start putting them together now, and I'll put these in.
Huh?
You start putting them frames together, and I'll start.
Get this one finished. You putting the frames together or what? Me. Huh?
You want me loud for a minute? I'll turn the air compressor on.
Some people think it's just a matter of putting bees out there in a box. That's all you got to do, but you have to check them on a regular basis to make sure something's not trying to take over the hive, and make sure you don't need any supers for honey. And I've been doing bees long enough, I can usually tell by just popping the lid if they're happy or not. Always want to check, make sure your queen's still there. Some people don't know a lot about bees, but they're really interesting. The female bees, they do all the work. They take care of the babies, they clean the house, they go forage to get everything that's needed for the hive. And the drone or male bee, all he does is mates with a queen. He lives about 8 weeks. And if there's any in there come October, any drone bees still in there come October, they kick them out to die because they can't afford to feed them all winter long. Kind of sad, but they do kick the drones out every year and then hatch more come spring. And the queen is her mission is just to lay eggs, and they take care of her. They meet every one of her needs. She don't have to do anything for herself. And raw honey is so good for you. It's good for allergies. It's good for so many things in your body. There's like a long list of the health benefits of raw honey.
And if you actually get raw honey and you say, wow, that's expensive. $12 a pound, $14, $15 a pound. Some of it more than that. But if you're not getting raw honey, even though it says raw honey, it don't have to be. But anyway, pure raw honey from a beekeeper is the real deal. You get grocery store honey, it can still say that it's raw honey, as long as it hadn't been diluted over 50% with some other mess. So
corn syrup most of the time.
beware what you buy. You ain't getting what you think you're getting.
Right.
Find you a local beekeeper and support them. Excuse me.
But the reason we go catch our swarms every year is if you go buy bees, like a 5-frame hive or nuke is what they call it, will cost you right at $200 for a 5-framer. And we
What's
do.
all that? What's in the nuke?
A nuke has bees and a queen. It's a hive ready to go.
But none of this. I mean, you got frames in the
right,
box.
you have to buy your own box because a nuke is usually cardboard box or like a plastic board, whatever, just for transporting them. You still have to buy all your stuff to put them in, and we have 10-frame hives. So one of our hives would probably go for about $400 if we was to sell it, just the bees, not the boxes or anything. So that's why we catch wild bees, because bees are expensive.
And I do love honey. I put it in my coffee every morning.
It's probably why you rarely get sick, because you eat it every single day.
Yeah.
And you rarely get sick. This is like the first time you've been sick in a long time.
Yep. Whatever they sprinkled on me this time, pretty powerful. We'll probably find out one day that was more right than not.
But bees, their lifespan, they only can gather just a tiny bit of honey. They're out working all day till it's almost dark. They'll come home every night at dark. But in their lifetime, they only collect, I don't know, it's just maybe a teaspoon or two their whole lifetime. So that shows how many bees it takes to get a lot of honey. Another interesting fact is, if you see bees gathered on a branch, like, you know, hanging down like a shape of a football or whatever, that means they have swarmed and are looking for a home. And normally, 99% of the time, they will not sting you while they're swarming, looking for a place to stay. So there's no need to be scared of them.
Rather than trying to mess with them, if you're scared of them or don't know what to do with them, call around, find a beekeeper. He'll come get them. Most of the time, they'll get them for free. If they charge you, that's usually unusual. I mean, unless they had to drive a long way to get them or what have you. But if they're around here, we'll come get them for free. We don't do any deconstruction to get them out. That's 10.
So you want to put them together first, or you want
That's
to?
enough for 2 boxes there. So go ahead and do 10 more. I made a jig to make these. Cut it off the end of I think it was a 2x8. I cut it off of. Let's see. Must have been a 2x10. I don't know. Anyway, that's 9 1/8 deep. I rigged me up a deal. It ain't perfect. The bee don't care. I rigged me up a deal on my table saw. Cut that off.
Bees will seal off any kind of cracks or whatever if something's not, you know, sealed off good. When you put a super on, which is the thing that they put honey in, the queen can't go up into the super to lay eggs because we block her off with a thing called an excluder so that she can't go in there and we don't want larvae and eggs in the honey. So anyway, if there's any kind of little minimal cracks or whatever, when you add that, the bees will seal it off with something called propolis. It's like almost looks like clay, and they'll seal off any cracks or holes or whatever, and it'll like almost glue it together so that wind and stuff can't knock them off. And so propolis is good for you too, and pollen and all that stuff. And our honey has a little bit of all that in there because we don't strain our honey. We leave all the goodness in there. And we make our bee. We do wildflower honey because they go gather from a ton of different kind of flowers. And a lot of the flowers they gather from, it has medicinal benefits too. Like you can use them, like them flowers, for making tinctures and stuff, herbal medicine. So I guess that's why the honey is so good for you, because it's got a little bit of all that stuff in it. But I've been doing bees for, gosh, probably 15 years. And I learned everything I know from my father-in-law. We used to do bees together, and he's the one that taught me how to be a beekeeper. And the bees recognize their person too. That's why I take smoke and just give them a little puff or whatever in their hive when I pop the lid, so they know I'm there. But they know you. They recognize you, which is interesting too.
Phone code. It should be 30 there. It's not about 3 boxes. You're not doing it right.
Huh? You got dirt on your face. Help me get it off.
Did I get it?
Right here.
Probably grease.
Looks like it. What have you been greasing?
I don't know. No telling. Flip it over. There you go. Didn't do no good. That must have been the outside one. The outside ones they don't hardly cut clean.
I am trying some new things this year with my honey. I'm making some lavender honey. And I think I may try to make some whipped chocolate honey. And probably do some whipped honey maybe this year. Whipped honey is the same thing as regular, except it's creamy. And there's nothing added to whipped honey unless you make it like chocolate or whatever.
Ruin it.
Whipped honey is kind of like texture of, I don't know, apple butter, sort of. It's kind of like a spread.
She don't know what apple butter tastes like because she won't never eat no apple.
What can I do to help now? Nothing. Sorry, y'all, if this is loud, but
Make sure when you put these in, you got the groove on the top one down. You'll see in a minute why. And the groove on the bottom one up. Anybody that messed with bees knows why, but we're assuming that somebody might not ever messed with these before.
we still have to wire these and put sheet wax, beeswax in them. These need to be cleaned.
Make sure the brass part goes out. Only 5 minutes. Only if I looked at the other one.
Yeah, you did it right. I looked.
You can get these little staples from Harbor Freight and that little nail gun from Harbor Freight. It worked pretty good. You'll tear that frame up before you get that staple out.
Some people may wonder why we're not gluing them, but we don't put any glue or anything like that inside the box. We don't use treated wood, anything like that. It's got to be all raw stuff. we're not gonna keep y'all on here while we build
30 of these.
30 of these frames.
Pause it.
We'll be back. Okay, so now we're getting ready to wire the frames so that it'll hold wax. And I'll show you one. I'll show you what we're trying to do. We've got to put all these wires right here so that it'll hold the sheet wax.
Hammer, hammer.
What is that for?
Where you start your wire through and where you end up, you'll be on the same end. But you'll need to tie that wire off. So what I'm going to do, take this wire.
Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit on the camera so y'all can see.
We built this little deal here because that spool of wire right there is like a bait caster rod reel that you backlashed. It will backlash on you. So I got a little piece of wood there with a spring on it that holds this. It's a little tight right this second. We have to trim it a little bit. Pull you off enough wire. You don't want to pull off too much because it'll coil up on you. That's what them little brass things are for. It'll dig down in that wood when you pull it tight. You don't want that. You got to work your way back around.
This back so I can help you.
Yeah, it's easier with two hands because it's that wire wants to spring turn into a spring like a slinky. A lot of people don't even know what a slinky is.
I loved slinkies when I was little.
We didn't ever have stairs. I had friends that had a house with stairs, and you let that slinky go down them stairs. That was like the highlight of the day.
Need more.
A little bit. Let's go back that way. Close. Close. Right when I was growing up, we did mini bikes, horses, and all that kind of neato stuff. We didn't know what a video game was. And you're going to tack that one down. I don't know if you can see that or not.
We wrapped the wire around that little
Tack.
right there.
Nope.
I can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, come on now.
Everything don't always go as planned. And you gotta rip this little
Take that little off or it'll get you.
piece off.
And then try to work your wire back tight in these. I'm sure there's somebody that says there's a easier, faster way. There is. You can go over to that feller's place where he sells all this stuff. He'll sell them to you for about $3 a piece. Already done. But we're retired, so ain't no big thing. Hold that right there. I'm gonna prune that a little bit.
Hold what?
That wire, keep it from undoing.
Nice.
Not your fingers. See if it'll pull off easier now. Hang on, let me get some off of this one.
That'll work.
We don't have to bore you with this. It's just a repeat now of ever how many you going to make. That's how many you got to do with these. In this case, we're going to do about 30.
Hello, I'm getting ready to wax this brew box frame. So I figured I'd show y'all how to do it, how it's done. You have to put it between these wires and try to keep from tearing it in the process. I've done this a time or two. But you have to get the wax in that little groove in the top and the bottom and pop it in both ends of the frame, and that's all there is to it. It's fun. Takes a minute. We are making, or he is making, hive box lids. We're making lids for our hive boxes because we have 4 swarms that we gotta bring home today, so that means we're gonna need our boxes for tomorrow when we transfer them over to their permanent home. So that's what we're doing right now, just building lids.
This is already working. You see the queen?
Wasn't gonna look too hard because of the weather. She's in there though because they're happy. She's probably on that side. There she is at the top, right at the top of the frame, crawling along the edge. See her?
Oh, hold it back down.
She's right there.
Right. There she is, boys. She's in there. Doing her work. It's a little small hive.
Yeah.
Working. May have to close the entrance off a little bit until they get up ahead of steam, keep the moss out of them. Come right here and see there.
There she's on this one. She's probably on that one.
in there. They're acting friendly, even though it's an overcast day.
Yeah, she may be laying on that one. I'll leave them. I'll upset them too much because they don't want to be out in this kind of weather.
Let's go see if we can wash them out of that combine. No beetles. The roach just ran by you.
Yeah,
I think he fell off your ear.
put a few drops just to start and see.
Well, it won't do.
It won't you to touch it. Let me get a stick and get it in there. Did you put it in there?
Yeah.
Hold this. If they start coming out, I want to.
Maybe I didn't put enough.
Let's see what happens. Give them a second. I wonder if I should get that thing.
There's a plug halfway down for checking the oil. I could take it out, squirt some in the side in case that didn't go nowhere.